So here we have the EMERBU PDX, right? It's a Gen 8.5 gearbox, upgraded metal gears, upgraded metal barrel, bigger spring, upgraded motor, 11.1 battery. And you get that on emerbutoys.com, or you can get it at Amazon if you're lucky enough to live somewhere where they'll still ship gel blasters. But this is a cool blaster. It's a new one for EMERBU. They brought it out a couple, well, who knows when I post this, probably a month ago or so from when this actually gets published. And it's a cool blaster. And this is built by or manufactured by a company called WD or WD or YDI. And they work in the same factory as TG or Tiangong. So there's a lot of similarities. And if you watch the video where I broke one down and did the spring upgrade, I show those. Okay. So I did upgrade the spring in here. So we're getting some pretty good FPS. I believe this was actually like 250 out of the box. And now we're up at about 280. So that's pretty cool. But I wanted to customize it a little bit. This is the first one that I've done, right? Because I just got these two. And very similar specs to PDX that we've seen from like Genji or something. But this one comes apart different, right? So anyway, I wanted to keep it as a CQB because it is, meant to be. And I don't know, I just thought that was the best thing to do with what I was feeling, at least when I was thinking about it. So we're still going to stay with the CQB design. I'm going to keep the same handguard. I'm not going to mess with that. One thing I did, though, is I thought that I'd go a little crazy, and I'd go with a nice big, long rail riser like that on top, kind of Chris Vector-ish, where you've seen the big, long rail like that. I just thought it might look cool. So we're going to try it out and see. I use this dragon scale kind of panel on a lot of different things throughout the blaster, again, just to kind of do something different, right? Because I always try to show you guys something different and new. And then we got these little M-LOK rail covers, and those are, again, more just for aesthetics than anything that'll go on there. And you'll notice when I 3D print these, I always take like rivet nuts that I've actually cut and to make them shorter, and then put them in so that there's metal like reinforcement everywhere. I try to do that wherever I can. And then I use a lot, like here's rivet nuts on the bottom that I use to secure. So I always try to use rivet nuts or heat inserts, depending on the application and what works. So we'll go with that up top. And then I wanted to make a grip that kind of lined up perfect. So this actually should fit very tightly, but it should fit over this. At least it did before I painted it, and the paint should not add that much on the inside. But this should slide right over the top of that. Oh, there we go. Wow, it seems way tighter than it did, which is kind of funny because I barely painted on the inside because there wasn't a big reason to. All right, so this is just kind of a cool CQB style grip that's going to go on there. It's going to go, be secured with M-LOKs, and that'll go right there. So I'm looking at this a little more closely. I'm not super happy, and I may have to do some refinishing on this one spot. Then we got a nice scope that I'm going to kind of decorate up, customize a little bit with Kill Flash, switch it to a buffer tube. So I made a buffer tube attachment, and then I have a buffer tube I could use here. And then I'll go with the M4A1 style stock. And the reason for that is I got a ton of them, and I was going to try painting it, and I want to see how it turned out. So I thought I'd go with that. Use this kind of, it's not army green. It is a military green, but it's not the green I typically think of. I don't love the paint, but I got a couple cans of it, so I wanted to try it and see. And typically, if I match it with black, that's like kind of the best option to go with that, in my opinion, anyway. So there you go. That's the build plan for the EMERBU PDX or WD PDX. Check back, of course, for the completed video. Comment, like, subscribe. Share my channel with your friends. Ring the bell for the notifications so you know when those contests are going on. And good luck if you participate in those monthly contests. Over $200 worth of blasters and accessories every month, typically toward the end of the month. Thanks.